people. Welcome to day 10 of the 30 days answering your immigration questions series. My name is Wolo. I am an RCIC based in New Brunswick, Canada. I used to be a Manitoban, still love Manitoba. If you're new to this channel, please subscribe. To my loyal subscribers, thank you so much for sticking with me on this channel. So today, I won't waste too much of your time. As usual, I will look at the question and I will answer it. The question is, can someone who evaluated an agric certificate but has some work experience in healthcare still qualify? If yes, under which category? I don't know which of the occupations in healthcare that you have been working under for me to be able to say yes. So let's say you have an agric qualification and you claim that you have been working as a nurse. I mean, it doesn't make any sense, right? But if you have an agric qualification and you have been working as a support worker, a healthcare aide, what do you call it now? Continuing care assistant, right? Even these jobs, they will still need some form of educational qualification in healthcare for the visa officer to really believe that you have that experience. So my advice would be, even if you have a qualification in agric, you have evaluated your qualification in agriculture, and you have experience in healthcare, maybe like a support worker kind of, my recommendation is get a qualification or a training certificate or something that aligns with that experience, that work experience. Healthcare is quite broad. I wish that you had, given details like, okay, you are working as a maybe healthcare analyst or healthcare something, and that would, enable me answer if actually the agriculture certificate is enough or it is not enough. But that notwithstanding, there are some occupations under the healthcare category based draw that even if you do not have a bachelor's degree or a diploma in those occupations, you can actually show your work experience. But what I typically recommend in such situation is to show at least a certificate, a training certificate that you have. It might not be from a proper university or a college, but if it is from an institution that has presence, social media presence, right? It can be recognized. Social media presence, website presence, and all of that. That particular certificate can be recognized in place of a proper certificate that should be evaluated. So some of the occupations that are actually under the healthcare category-based draw that do not necessarily need an educational qualification, I will mention them. Number one is the massage therapist. So massage therapist is one occupation, and for those who are looking to pivot, who do not want to work as a support worker or nursing assistant, you can work as a massage therapist, and then you qualify under the category-based draw for healthcare. Number two is educational counselors. Educational counselors, you can have another qualification, but if you have certificates to show that you've actually been working as an educational counselor, you also qualify. Then number three is an instructor of persons with disabilities. So if you have this work experience of working with people who have certain disabilities like maybe cerebral palsy, autism, ADHD, a lot of all these disabilities, physical disabilities and all of that. If you have that work experience, you also qualify under the category-based draw for healthcare. But like I said, my recommendation is always to get a certificate, a training certificate from a recognized institution to support your work experience. Because, once the visa officer is looking at your application, what they are looking out for is, okay, this person says he or she has work experience working as, let me use an example, as an instructor of persons with disability. How did this person learn how to be an instructor or teach people that have disabilities? How did this person get this knowledge? So if you do not have any certificate to back it up, that means your application will be, looked in a certain way. They will be suspicious that you are just selecting that work experience, right? So my recommendation is get the certificate, even if it is not from a recognized institution. At least get the certificate that aligns with that particular program. If your bachelor's, let's say your bachelor's degree is in agriculture, like you rightly said, but your work experience is in healthcare as an instructor of persons with disability, you should be able to show some training certificates, some trainings that you've attended, proof of pictures and all of that, information of the training online, because I mean, these days everything is found online, right? Information of the training online, plus the certificate itself, certificate of attendance, and then proof of work experience that you actually have the work experience in that industry. So the option you qualify for, again, is the category-based draw for healthcare under express entry. You have to at least have high scores to qualify for that category. Educational counselors is the same thing as well. If you look at the description of educational counselors, it's actually very broad, and you need at least a qualification in counseling, right? Or a certificate in counseling. You know, if you don't have these certificates, the certificates do not need to be evaluated by WES or any of the other evaluating bodies, but at least show that you have a certificate in line with that particular occupation and work experience. I hope I've answered your question. Please keep the questions coming. I'll try as much as possible to answer all of your questions. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in my next video. Bye-bye.
We will trust, be the glowing light. We will see the rise. Oh Canada, oh Canada, oh